drafted too high. Vinny Curry ain't got it.
It's a real weakness in the air right now. A real weakness in the air right now. I can explain a lot. Let me take you back into time. Let me take you back to why a few things are the way they are. Let me take you back to number one, to why I say I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Let's go back there. Let's go back to the winter 2010. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't on YouTube 2 seasons ago. Last year was my first season on YouTube. This is very much true. But that wasn't when I started being an Eagles fan. That isn't when I started being an Eagles fan. I could take you back to winter 2010 real quick, if you can remember back that far. Michael Vick. I actually had the pleasure of having a conversation with Michael Vick. Right after he played, I think it was the Packers. He dueled it out with the Packers after, I think, a McNabb injury or something like that. Michael Vick came in and performed exceptionally well. We end up losing that game, but that performance right there let Michael Vick get that starting job. And that's when you've seen that period where you had a Michael Vick, a Deshaun Jackson, a Jeremy Maclin, a Shady McCoy. You just seen that period of an explosive offense from the Philadelphia Eagles. The resurgence of Michael Vick. Michael Vick coming back into the NFL after doing his little prison stint, after the whole dog scandal or whatever you may call it. That's when you've seen the resurgence of Michael Vick. So I'm in the airport, active duty Army at the time. Everybody who's ever known me at any walk of life knows I've been a diehard Eagles fan since a child. So I don't even notice Michael Vick, because Michael Vick, as you can see in that picture, Michael Vick is a regular sized guy. Michael Vick, I don't even think Michael Vick is 6 feet. Michael Vick is a regular sized guy. One of my guys say, bro, I'm trying to tell you, that's Michael Vick. I'm like, that ain't my quarterback. I'm like, that ain't my quarterback. I'm like, I know what my quarterback look like. And then lo and behold, I look and I'm like, that's my quarterback. That's Michael Vick. Probably got on a hoodie kind of like the one I got on right now. Wasn't flashy, no jewelry, none of that stuff, no security, just one guy. And I walked up to Michael Vick and I said, I didn't ask for an autograph. I wasn't starstruck. I walk up to Michael Vick like this with my hand out. Just how I walk up to anybody that's subscribed to me, to anybody that I know. Now, mind you, I don't know Michael Vick at this time. I walk up to him with my hand out. And I asked Michael Vick one simple question. I said, are you hungry? I was going to buy my quarterback a meal. But in return, my quarterback ended up buying me a meal. He asked me what would I like to eat. A question for a question. Are you hungry? What would you like to eat? At this point, I'm stuck. The first thing I see is Popeyes. I'm like, Popeyes is cool. Let's do it. So we get Popeyes and we're sitting down and we're having a conversation. Totally all about football. We don't go deep into anything. Totally all about football. And this guy, college star, a star with the Atlanta Falcons, $100 million man at one point, had lost it all. And he's opening up to me, not about any of his failures, not about his achievements. He's opening up to me, telling me that he still feels like he's the best. He still feels like he's one of the best at the position. And I said, you should feel like that. And jokingly, I say, I'm the best talking about the Eagles. And he said, I believe you. That was his exact words. I believe you. So then, I have nothing to say at that point. I'm like, I only talk about the Eagles to my friends. I only talk about the Eagles when football conversations come up. But when I do, I get real passionate about it. Now, this is all in my mind. I didn't say that to him. He said, I believe you. Then I laughed. I'm like, just how I just laughed now. I laughed. And he like, show me. He said, what you just did, he asked me, you can see my name, Brunson, on the name tape. He said, what you just did, Brunson, was show an ability, a rare ability that a lot of people wish they had. You have the ability to walk up to a well-known person, spark a conversation, and get that person to have a conversation with you. I didn't ask that man for no autograph or nothing. He said, I believe you are. He said, I believe you will be the best reporter on the Eagles. And I didn't even start a YouTube channel immediately. I was never even on YouTube at that point. And that stuck with me. Because for a man to lose a $100 million contract, basically lose it all, come back and battle back from something like that and tell me that he believed in me, when he's the inspiration already for everything he's overcome. Now, you might not agree with some of his analysis or who he says he thinks is going to win week in and week out, or what he says about certain things, just like you don't agree with what I say. But a fighter knows a fighter when they see him. Now, you could sit here and think for a second that I'm new to this Eagles thing. You could sit here and believe that I'm new to this Eagles thing. You could sit here and think it's a game when I say I'm the best reporter on the Eagles. You could sit here and play this game if you want. But I am stamped and certified. I am approved. I am approved. I am a general. I am a general in the fan base of the Philadelphia Eagles. A pure general. A general. You should, a lot of you dudes need to salute me. A lot of you dudes reporting on your teams need to salute me. And I'm not even talking about no Eagles, no guy reporting on the Eagles. I'm talking about a lot of you other guys. A lot of you other guys who jump in and say things like, well, where have you been? You just had a channel 2 years ago. So if I just got a channel 2 years ago, why are my numbers? Now, numbers aren't important to me, but numbers do speak for themselves. Numbers do speak for themselves. You got to scroll pretty far down to find a Lord Brunson video that doesn't get 1,000 views. You got to scroll pretty far down to see something like that. You got to scroll pretty far down to see something like that. So if I'm just getting here and you've been here, how do I have more subscribers than you? How do I have more of an impact on the game than you? Because I'm better than you. Because I'm better than you. Because my fan base is better than yours. Because my subscribers are better than yours. It's all about the fight and how you could excel in the fight. I don't do anything looking to not be the best. And I expect the same thing out of my football team. And I expect the same thing come this Sunday against the Panthers. We got a bunch of guys on the field who expect to be the best. And I saw that when I seen Lane Johnson on Colin Cowherd's show. I saw that. He said, I gave up some plays. I got to be better. Just like content creators, we don't always say the right thing, but we got to be better. Do you know that there are some guys who never even been to a game of the team that they make these videos about? Do you know that? And I'm not talking about just a home game. I'm talking about these guys. Now, wherever you at, you're close to an away game. You close to some away game. These guys, a lot of these guys have never even worn a jersey in the film they make. And you expect me to believe that you some type of real fan? That you some type of real Eagles fan? Why is it that you don't see any Dallas Cowboys fans who make these videos and don't still have the Super Bowl hat or any Super Bowl apparel? You lost it? As a fan, you should still have some resemblance of the last Super Bowl that your team won. You should still have some resemblance of it as a fan. As a real fan. Lord Brunson just got here. If I got more subs than you, and my channel does more numbers than yours, you're not qualified to say that. Because what's the point of you being here for 10 plus years if you didn't achieve certain things? What's the point of you being here so long if nobody watches your videos? You're talking to yourself. Do you even have pictures of anybody memorable that ever played for your team? You got an autograph? You got some type of memorabilia? Do you got that? Do you got that? Now, I'm not saying that's what defines a fan. And you don't have to be from the city of the team you like. But do you really support your city? Do you really represent your city? Where was Lord Brunson 10 years ago? 2 years ago, whatever. You see the time stamps on some of these pictures? You see the time stamps? When I had a baby face? You see the time? I got Eagles hats older than some of y'all channels. I'm new to YouTube, but I'm not new to the history of the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not new to none of that. Ask Mike Vick.